Hey, in this episode I'm going to do a backyard mechanics series on the computer system, but in this show I'm going to demonstrate how I'm building my own personal cloud or data center. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you guys everything I purchased for my cloud, my mini cloud, and the reason why I chose to do mini cloud. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. As a filmmaker and content creator for 3 YouTube channels, I wanted to protect my data because I personally don't trust the big data centers because some things have been coming up in the news recently, and I just want to not put my stuff out on a public cloud that's supposed to be private, so I'm going to build my own. So the spot I selected to build my cloud is right here because I've got all the data cables and everything I need. Because number one, I got my phone set up over here because I do have a phone line coming in from over there behind my my computer, which comes through the router, the modem, and over here. And then I do have the, of course, the fax apparatus for the computer printer here. And I've got the computer printer hooked up via a data cable, which is a 25-foot long USB extension cord, which extends from my computer down through the wall, under the floor, and up over here, and it terminates right here. I'll move the printer over and we'll show you where I have that stuff at. Okay, here's the other end of the USB port, and then I've also got my phone line that comes in here, and then this phone line trickles off from that. So I'm going to go ahead and reconfigure my phone and everything right here. So I did go online and I purchased some of these, well, the cloud. I have 5 of these external hard drives. And you can put as many as you want. I'm going to build mine for expansion as I create more data that I need to save. And I'll show you guys how I protect my data. I also have this UPS, which is, with the power goes out, my phone keeps working, my printer keeps working, the computer keeps working, and also, because the computer has its own APC, and then also the all the hard drives continue working. So while the power's out for a few minutes, I can still work and not lose any data. So that's a backup that I put. And then also, with all 5 of those hard drives, along with the printer and any other USB devices, I went and purchased online a USB extender so I can plug in more USB. So this will plug into that data cord, that data port right there. So that plugs in there, and this also is powered, so I've got another unit, because in addition to all of these requiring power and the printer requiring power, I've got this, which is a surge protector, which will plug into one of the outlets of my UPS. And that too is a surge protector, so I can expand how much power I'll be plugging in and utilizing. So let's get this thing assembled. Now I did get these floating shelves. I got a kit. There's 3 shelves here. I'll only be using 2 of them, and I'll be installing those to facilitate the cloud. So I'm going to use this as a gauge to let me know how high I need to set it. And I don't want it any higher than that because I want airflow, because these things create heat. I'm going to set my first hole first. Drill my first hole. Now I went down to my local hardware store and bought this style of mollies because I trust these better than I do trust the ones that came with a kit. Now I'm going to set this by drilling it out or screwing it in and taking it out. There you go. And now I'm going to set this in back in. Use the level it come with and make my other mark. And then we've got these marks too. So each rack is held in by 4 of these mollies. Now each shelf comes with pre-tapped holes drilled in the back. So that's the bottom, and here's what the back looks like. You slide that on there, and you'll set these screws underneath. And they should lock the shelf right into place. There. And my cloud is ready to assemble. But I am going to put in an additional shelf to put some other items on, because I want to be able to have another shelf for expansion to put more of these on. So I'm going to just give me a mark right there. Okay, I'm going to plug this in. Then plug that in. set this thing in. Plug that in right there. We can plug the phone in right there. Plug the UPS in. Turn it on. And plug this into the battery plus surge. This side is just surge, and this side is battery plus surge. So we want this turned on. Okay. And this turned on. This is the printer. And let's plug the phone in to this one over here. Make sure my cords are plugged in, my data, my electric, and put the first one in place. Turn that off for now and plug this in. And then this gets plugged in to my USB plug right there. And we do the same for the rest. Okay, that's installed, and now I just got to turn my data center on and see if it all populates on the computer over there. Now to recap, before I turn it on, this is plugged into the wall here. The phone and everything else is plugged into this UPS. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to be able to purchase one of these. They come in a variety of different sizes. I have a bigger one connected to my computer. I need to change the batteries out on that. But anyway, in this, I have this plugged into, which I can gang all my other lines in, which are the hard drives. Now I can control my database just by this switch. I can turn it off when I'm not uploading or downloading to my computer, and then that way if anybody does anything nefarious, they can't get into my software, my hardware right here. They cannot get into my data as long as it's turned off. And then I've got the USB extension line coming up and terminating right here. And then I've got this USB junction box that you can plug in multiple USB ports into that. I've got one more open one so I can extend it to add a few more databases there. And then of course when the power goes out, the printer will still work, the printer fax machine still work, and the phone will still work because it's plugged into this emergency power backup, battery backup system, which is really smart. You guys, these are really convenient to have. So let's turn it on. And I can hear the whirring of the hard drives. As they each come up, they'll pop up with a window on my desktop screen. There's one. This is my I drive. This is my O drive. And then my two other drives, J drive, H drive. Now I'm working, waiting for Southern Oregon Safaris with the Buffalo Roam drive, because that's on. Oh no, this is Southern Oregon Safaris. That's the one. So I have 5 of them total that I have. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. So all of them are working and communicating with my computer. So now I can start business as usual. That is my DIY homemade cloud, mini cloud, or data center. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about the innovation of my little data center here, and if this helped you guys with securing your data, because you never know what's going to happen with it out there. Yeah, never know. But this way I can keep these, and then also these are backing up onto other hard drives which are totally disconnected and put in a safe. So if something happens to these, I still got my data. Well, I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. This is Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. We're a frugal homestead tucked high in the Cascade Ranges of the Pacific Northwest. Please stay tuned to more videos. You could do that by subscribing, clicking that bell icon. That'll alert you to new videos as I upload them. By the way, side note, it took me about 4 years to accumulate all these products and build this. The last item I purchased were the shelves, because I wanted to organize it a lot better back here, and also demonstrate to you guys how you can build your own mini cloud, your own data center. Be safe, always be kind. I'll see you guys in the comments maybe. Hint, hint. Bye-bye.